What is the problem with lead generation? Some business owners come to us and say, my lead generation is just not working. So let's run through all the potential problems that people are having with lead generation.
Yeah, so the number one thing, or one of the biggest things for me, is lack of resources. They might not have the correct amount of money, or they might not have money to actually set it up properly. And they might be just cheaping out and thinking, oh, I'm going to spend £60 and I'm going to get 60 leads. And it's not actually the case. With quality leads, especially the most profitable leads in any business, they're going to cost your business more. So again, we've used this example before, but let's say you're a plumbing business. A leaky tap lead might cost you £5, but a full-on bathroom renovation or a wet room, for example, which might be a £6,000 job, that might cost you £500 to generate that lead. But again, the profit margin for that lead is going to be a lot higher.
Yeah, for sure. I think another big one for me with regards to the problems of lead generation is the lead nurturing. Mm-hmm. So trying to warm up that lead, trying to make certain that you're providing value and earning trust. And I think the nurturing process of lead generation certainly is a big problem for a lot of people that are generating leads.
Yeah, so my next one is tracking your ROI. So not many businesses do this, but for example, a lot of businesses, they will have multiple services and they'll think, okay, I'm just going to need 60 inquiries for each individual service and I'm going to be winning. But in reality, it might just be one of those services that's super profitable. And if you can find more of that one service, you're obviously off to a winner.
Yeah, for sure. And another big one, I think, with regards to the problem of lead generation is the intent and trying to find the right demographic and the right customer. Mm-hmm. And I've mentioned this a few times with regards to trying to force a square in a circle, or and trying to force a sale on someone that doesn't want something. That's not the right thing to do. Yeah. If they don't want it, cross-sell them into somewhere else or pass them on to another company. Generally speaking, understanding who your demographic, where you make your most profit, and who your ideal customer is very important. Before you set any lead generation strategy up, you need to understand that. What's your most profitable products and services, and who is your target demographic? Yeah. Otherwise, you can't set up an effective lead generation campaign.
Yeah, definitely. And then inadequate KPIs, so not looking at lifetime value of a client, ATV, so average transactional value, or if you're spending money on ads, for example, your return on ad spend. So lifetime value is how much money can you get out of each individual customer. Average transaction value is actually how much is that customer spending with you each time. So Amazon do this very, very well. Whenever you go onto Amazon, they're always trying to upsell you, cross-sell you. Like, for example, you go and buy a camera, for example, they will try and sell you a SD card, a tripod, lights, microphones, everything else. Can you do that within your business? Now, not everyone's Amazon, but there definitely can be certain stuff. So like, for example, you go and speak to a mortgage broker, they'll try and sell you life insurance, they'll try and sell you home insurance, they'll try and sell you whatever they possibly can. And then the last one is return on ad spend. So return on ad spend, if you are spending £5 for an inquiry or £5 for a lead, what's the actual return on ad spend? Are you potentially getting that inquiry and you're only able to sell them £6 worth of stuff? Because in that case, you might only be making £1 profit then. So just knowing all of these and tracking it, you can make marketing and lead generation way easier.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Another big problem with lead generation is changing markets. So the amount of people that come to us and they're trying to sell a product or a service, and then 2 months later they're coming back and they're trying to sell a different product and service, and they keep changing the market of what they want to go into. You need to sit down and understand where the most profitable market is. I get things pop up like, let's say, Valentine's Day or Black Friday and at Christmas, and you need to try to sell certain products and services maybe at that time of year. But when you're consistently changing your products or services, it's so difficult to do lead generation because you're having to start up a new campaign again. So try to look for sustainable growth long term if you can, and not just thinking like for these here's the latest trend. Because because it takes a little bit longer than what you think. And that's a big problem, in my opinion. People just jump onto something new all the time, and it's very difficult to try to deal with changing markets in lead generation.
Yeah, definitely. My next one is lack of branding. So a lot of businesses, they just aren't suitable, or they just have no digital presence. So for example, if your Google business reviews is 1.5 stars out of 5, how does that look when it comes to your potential customers searching your brand up? To me, that's probably not trustworthy. I'm not going to go with that company, even though you might be the best business in your area for that specific service. So make certain that you've actually got a decent actual branding, a digital presence online, making certain that your social medias are set up, making certain that everything's aligning. So if I'm loading up your Twitter and you've got like a red background and you've not tweeted in 3 years, and then I load up your website and that's all blue, and then your vans are all green, and it's like, well, I don't know what brand I'm actually dealing with here.
Yeah, for sure. Another big problem with lead generation is that competition is fierce now. Like, it has become harder. People talk about, oh, well, 3 years ago I used to generate 50 leads a day, and now I'm only generating 5. Yeah, because competition's become harder. Yeah. There's more people out there. There's more people now that are understanding advertising and marketing is important for them to do for their business. So you probably have got more competition for the spaces that you used to be able to get. So it is a problem, but then you've got to then become, okay, what can I do bigger and better than what my competition are doing? So, but yeah, competition is fierce, and it is a problem with lead generation.
The next one, and this kind of ties into what you've just said, is not enough touch points. So again, going back to what you were saying about competition is fierce, a lot of the times what your competitors are doing is probably more of what you're not doing. So for example, they might have a bigger SEO campaign. They might be spending more on Facebook ads. They might be spending more on PPC. Now, what Google have recently come out with is the 11-7-4 marketing strategy. So is it 11 times being seen?
Yeah.
7 hours of actual video or content being actually consumed, and then on 4 different platforms. So again, I'm not saying that that's the case for everything, but that's a good rule of thumb. Like, for example, if you're a locksmith, like, nobody's going to be watching 7 hours of videos. Oh, how would you pick a lock? Yeah. So that's a good rule of thumb for a lot of businesses: 11, 7, and 4. Yeah,
I mean, for locksmiths or emergency industries, yeah, it's not needed. It's just pretty much, they want someone now today, and it's just like, it's instant. It's the kind of, okay, I need it. But like you just said there with regards to the 11-7-4 strategy, a great example would be, and I think this is a big problem with lead generation, is people don't do enough case studies and testimonials. If you did more case studies and more testimonials, if you went and did a video and it was a 5-minute video of a job, you could splice that down into 5 or 6 different 30-second videos that you can put on TikTok, on Pinterest. You can be omni-channel, you can be omnipresent, you can be seen everywhere. You can then send them to the full 5-minute case study video. You can get testimonials, and especially if you can get a video one, you can share that all over social media. So then all that is adding to the 11-7-4 strategy, 11 touch points or 7 hours worth of video consumed on 4 different platforms. Get more testimonials and get more case studies out there. It's part of your marketing strategy. It earns trust. In my opinion, it's a huge problem in lead generation, because not only does that generate them more leads if you do it, it helps you convert the existing leads of what you're generating. So I hope you like the video on the problems people are encountering with lead generation. Let us know whether you think we've missed anything. Leave a comment in the comment section. Are you struggling with any other issues or problems with lead generation?